Welcome guys, welcome to Bracestudios, and in studio today we have Megan
Saayman.
Good job, because I fail at this all the time.
Very much. Sorry.
Yeah, do you want to do
That's right. Good job.
Megan, welcome. Welcome to Mitchell's Plain, welcome to Bracestudios. Megan, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, she knows my name! Guys, I might be famous.
Oh my goodness. I was going to say that though, like, thank you for having me. I always hear it on talk shows, like, people come on, like, thank you so much for having me.
You're definitely going to be doing more. Megan, tell me how your journey started.
Yeah. I as an actor, yes, I attended Cedar High School of the Arts. Shout out Mr. Braaf at Cedar High. It was my high school drama teacher, so I started out at Cedar High School. In fact, I wasn't gonna do drama just yet. I love movies and watching movies and storytelling, all those, but I was also part of the band back at home and in our church. And when I enrolled, my mom enrolled me at Cedar High School, I saw that they did music, drama, design, dance. I was like, okay, let me just see what it's about and all this stuff. So they took us to the different rooms. I was like, oh, I think I want to do music. But I won't lie to you, when I walked into the drama room, like this pitch black room, like mirrors all over the wooden floors, and I was like, I like this space. Like, and Mr. Braaf, who was the high school, who was the drama teacher at Cedar High School, he was like giving us more information about, and I was like, I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
This is where I want to be, so I enrolled as a drama student. At Cedar High School, obviously amongst all the other subjects, but drama for me was just like ace, you know. Got me and Mr. Braaf, he was cool in the beginning, but as time went on, that man drilled us like hectically, and the more time I spent in the drama room, like you start really loving being on stage, because what many people don't know about me, I'm a shy person, I'm a bit of an introvert, but like for me, being on stage, speaking, like having people watch you, being able to draw people in with words that way, having that kind of power standing there on stage, it was the best feeling that I ever like experienced, and I loved being on stage.
So how did you move from high school, from the stage at high school, moving on to screen?
That happened. Well, thankfully I was signed up. I am signed with an acting agency, Artist One. And what usually happens is they will send briefs for any auditions that's happening in like around Cape Town and so forth. And initially I wanted to go straight into film and all those things. And then I got the brief for a musical, a theatre production. And then I did that for almost two years, yes. And then when I got back, I had to audition for more things, in film as well. And then eventually I got a part in one of the local soapies. So it was through auditions, you know, and also a CBC One series called The Kingdom. So it's basically through auditions that I got those parts.
I don't think people understand how stressful auditions are. Can you take us through that little journey? Could you explain to everybody watching right now how stressful that is?
It is super, super stressful. First of all, there is obviously lines that you've got to learn, and you sometimes get the lines the night before, you get it maybe like a day or two before, but most of the time it will happen like a day before, and it might be like just one page, it might be like 2 pages, and you need to know all of that by the next day, because you need to impress that casting director, you need to come with everything you've got, you know. And while you're sometimes in the waiting room, there's more other people also auditioning maybe for the same role, so you're competing a bit. It's like a competition out there. You need to, and sometimes it's not always based on maybe how you perform. Sometimes they're looking for a look. So maybe the acting might be great, but maybe you just don't look the part. So that can also sometimes be a stressful thing. But yeah, it is quite draining. Most of the times after an audition, I'm just like, I'm done, I'm finished. In the beginning I used to take it very, very personal, because I'm like, was it me? Did I not say something right? I fluffed my line, but then after a while you develop a sort of thick skin, and you're just like, you know what, I gave it my best shot. At the end of the day, the producers and the directors, they decide your fit. basically. And even spoil you what will happen, but the audition process can be quite epic.
So now you've gone for the audition with Suidooster. You get selected. What is the feeling getting that call?
I don't think it sunk in when I found out I got it, because well, I was like, yeah, I got it. But then I think the time I really realized that okay, it's happening was when I actually went to that home and I'm like, okay, here is Uncle AB, Auntie Muna, and here's all of there's other, you know, and also people that you saw, you watched while when you were younger. You watch these people on screen, and now to see these people, you're just like, I'm actually in the presence of greatness.
Yeah.
You know, so it was crazy. Like, and also the people that I worked with, you know, the way they were, like, I enjoyed my time talking to them.
Talking about, you know, these major actors in the game, right? And you being, I suppose, nervous compared to their experience.
Yeah.
Like, what is it like? You know, what are they like? That's what we want to know. Like,
Yeah.
what is Auntie Muna like? Like,
Yeah.
what is AB like?
Yeah.
I mean, just
Oh goodness. Besides, most of the scenes that I did was with the Dr. Sia and Danny, and the other people I spent most of the time with, like in the green room, you know. But they were so nice. I won't lie to you. I'm not even making this up. Like, everybody was so helpful, so encouraging. I literally felt like I've been working there for like a very long time. Auntie Muna, she got so upset because I kept on calling her auntie. She was like, don't call me auntie. I'm not auntie, you call me Jo. I'm like, it's kind of difficult because she's like, I understand, it's from a place of respect, but don't call me auntie here. So like, you have to get used to that, and even like, because I work quite closely also with Oscar Peterson, because he's the dialect coach at Suidooster. And one day I was like, yo, Oscar, it's like so surreal for me sitting here like opposite you, having a conversation with you. Because like, yo, I grew up watching Joe Barber, and like, yeah, I'm sitting in front of you. And he's like, you know what? We're just human beings at the end of the day, you know. People put us up there, you know. And yes, the work that we do, people enjoy it, people love it. So people put you up there, but it's like, we're just human beings, man. And ever since that, I was like, yo, I'm so sorry for like fangirling on you there for a minute. It's like, no, it's okay. But like, it's honestly such a pleasure and just so nice working with people. But lekker is, man. That's the best thing ever. You never want to work in a space where you don't feel welcome, where people don't make you feel lekker, man. So it's nice working with people who are lekker, because it makes you enjoy going to work every day, you know?
That's the truth. Tell me about your character.
Okay, so I play Chantal Martin in Suidooster. I'm just basically coming in to find out what happened to my brother who just mysteriously died in hospital. I'm not sure where exactly they are right now with the story, but I know that she just like wanted to find out how he passed on, and just wanted to figure out, because like he was the breadwinner in the house. She took care of her and her kids and all those things, and he just died. So she just wants to find out what happened to him. And as the story unfolds, things are just like not beginning to make sense.
Yeah.
And she's like going at it by any means necessary to find out what happened to her brother. And funny thing is, my sister's name is Chantal.
Ooh.
And my father's name is Denver, so everybody was like, oh, you're
Really?
it was.
I think we had this conversation before, but we've actually met a long time ago. Like, it was 9 years ago. So your sister and I used to be classmates.
Yeah.
And we were not on the art school, but we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yes.
So I met you when you were 9, but you were probably just like hanging around in the garden area. And yeah, that with all your doggies. You still love doggies?
No, they.
Sorry. I'm sorry. So
I'm laughing.
it is quite sad. So me and your sister were in the same class, and we had this drama group on school called Bracestudios. And I would have thought that your sister was quite great at acting, to be fair. And I thought she would go into it, and not in my wildest dream, but I thought she would have picked it up, because I knew you were from a musical family or something. Yeah. Well, I think it's what you play is not trumpet, is drums.
Yes.
Yeah. It's coming back to me. So I thought she would go into it, but it looks like you are the star of the family.
I was in the star of the family. Things just happen.
Yeah, things happen when you put the effort in. So when you put the effort in, there's result, and
That is
That
true.
is what.
That is
Right,
true.
Megan, I have some quick fire questions for you. It could be a lot, but we can always, change it up. Texting or talking?
Talking.
Favorite day of the week? Why?
Just because it just feels.
Last song you downloaded?
Hy maak al weg. By Chantal.
Oh, that's a gospel song, right?
Yes, yes.
Could you sing it for us? Just a small piece. Just a
I
tiny
really
piece.
like
Just a
it.
tiny piece.
Kan ek?
Alright, do we have to make a beat? Do we have to? Okay, you're gonna show us.
Hy maak al weg. Hy maak al weg. I said that was hy maak al weg.
Well done, well done. Alright. Favorite holiday?
Any holidays, man?
But where would you prefer? Where would you prefer? If there was no pandemic, no lockdown, no levels.
Like going somewhere.
Yeah, going somewhere.
Oh
Favorite
my
holiday?
goodness. I've never been there, but I want to go to the Seychelles.
Uh-huh.
I would love.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All that clear water,
Wow.
the palm trees, the white sand. Yeah, I
Oh,
get you.
please don't just stay with
Scale of 1 to 10. How good are you at keeping secrets?
1, 10.
10 being the most, 1 being the least.
10. I'm very good at keeping secrets.
Ooh, scale. Alright, cool. First celebrity crush.
Locally
And
or
why? And why? Anywhere, internationally, local. Doesn't matter. Why?
I don't know. I honestly don't have the actual reason, but like his presence, yes, wait, his presence just gets to me every time he's on screen. Like he demands my attention. Like I want to look at him every time he performs. I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, in the words of White Chicks, what a beautiful chocolate man. Can't believe we did that.
Yeah, I love White Chicks,
You
man.
alright. Say something about just starting up, and especially in this pandemic, starting up a business and trying to keep it up, almost keep it up. I mean, basically your journey is almost same as you found your way through this pandemic, you know, and she had to find her way through this pandemic. What do you think about her business?
I think it's absolutely amazing, incredible that she can do something like that in a pandemic. We were just having a conversation before you came in about how she was saying this was like part of a 5-year plan, and it happened a lot sooner than that 5-year plan, within like a 3-year plan that she had. So I think it's absolutely incredible having something like this also in your own space, having your own space, and she can rent it out to other people,
A studio in Mitchell's Bay,
You know?
Would you have thought?
I mean, I don't think, I'm not sure, I don't know many photographers out there, but this is one of the first one that I actually heard of in Mitchell's Bay, so I think she's doing an absolutely amazing job, and well done on building something like this in a pandemic.
Yeah, that's
Big ups to you.
Shout out to Catherine. She's behind the camera, but we'll shout out to her anyway.
Shout out to you, yeah.
Any advice for the younger you? What would it be?
Don't be too hard on yourself, and a very cliche thing that people say is like, trust the process, and that is true. Also don't compare your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 12. You don't know what it took for people to get where they are. Everyone was born with different gifts inside of them, and sometimes it would be easy when you see someone excelling in one thing, like, I also want to do that, I want to do that, but like, find what it is that you have inside of you, work on that, refine that, until you become the best at what you're good at. Trust the process.
Fantastic. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me.
It's so
Let's
formal.
go.
Thank you, Xavier.
Alright, well, you're welcome, and we're